Yo, how's it going, guys? It's Richard Unicorn Caller, and we are back, finally! I feel like I haven't made an actual video in a while. I've been so sleepy, and it's been getting cold lately, so I'm kind of in, like, a hibernation mood. But we got some new teasers and, basically more spells to talk about, and this is pretty awesome, man. I really like this promotion because I remember back in the day, they used to do these kinds of things back when I was in school and stuff like that, but this is really awesome to see. So check this out. It says keep an eye on the following content creators to get a first look at the upcoming spells and spell changes. And as you can see here, they have a whole spell teaser week that is going to be happening like all the way from yesterday, Monday, all the way from the 18th. And this is pretty awesome. So make sure, I'm going to leave all of these guys linked in the top pinned comment so you guys can subscribe to them and get the latest notifications about when they will basically release all their teasers. Because this is absolutely incredible. And remember that on Friday, they are going to be doing a really interesting live stream. So make sure to check all these content creators out in the top pinned comment because they are ramping it up. Like lately, this is starting to become a very big update. Still keeping expectations down, though. I think as soon as I do that, I'll have more fun with this update. But there has been a lot of stuff that has been released in the past like 24 hours, including different Spellman Paths. And this comes in from Almond on his, and again, I'll leave it all in the top pin comments. And this is pretty interesting, but we're getting new Spellman Paths for the lore spells, and this comes from Ship of Fools. It looks like top is banned, bottom, not bottom, but the middle part is also banned. And then you have this one down here, which is a divide spell, which is pretty cool. And they've done this for most of them. So make sure you check out that video kind of discussing all that. If you don't know what divide spells are, it's basically when you can actually select your opponents. It's basically kind of like the Mirage spells we've had back in the day. You basically just kind of select which enemies you want to target, and the more enemies that you target, the less damage you'll do. But it's still kind of basically kind of like an AoE, quote unquote. You'll be able to use it in PvE, in regular combat, but the top and middle will be banned in the other stuff, such as, whatchamacallit, regular? Not regular, challenge mode and all that other stuff, right? So check it out. And yeah, there's other ones over here too. They got one for a Retasker spin and all that fun stuff. Honestly, I probably won't go the divide path just because I kind of already have that for the Wallaroo spell, and overall, I feel like I don't really need any more divide spells, but I know a lot of people, including PvP players, will be very excited to check some of this stuff out, especially if you're going raiding or if you're doing some of the challenge mode content. It will be interesting to see. So again, make sure to check all that out. It looks like Deer Knight also has one as well with a little divide as well. So again, pretty interesting stuff. They also have one for the Winter Moon as well, which is pretty interesting. Bottom path Winter Moon is just a straight up damage. So it removes the whole stun at the top path, which is banned, but at the bottom it's just basically raw damage, which is pretty cool. I would imagine you'd probably want to go for the bottom path for that, but like I said, it will depend on your play style and whatever you want to do, but should be fun. And then over here we got another spell teaser that's coming in from my boy Liam as a vibe. I see you, Liam. I see you. And this is pretty interesting as well. Again, talking about spells, but we have two spells right here, Eye of Vigilance and Riding the Scales. You probably know these as kind of the Rochambeau spells. You can use them in raids and PvP content and advanced content in general, and you can never really use them in PvE. But this is pretty interesting because not only is it going to cost apparently a shadow pip, but apparently there's no like little X sign about it not being able to be used. Not the X sign, but it doesn't seem to have any symbol at all. So it appears that potentially you might be able to use this in regular PvE as well. Now, I'm not sure, and they did say that the other spells are, a work in progress and stuff like that. I would imagine that Test Realm and the whole update in general is going to be a work in progress, so let's just wait and see. if these will be allowed in regular PvE. It's just kind of one of those things where we don't know all the information about it. But if you want more info about it, Liam, my boy Liam, again, in the top pinned comment, you can check out his video about it. And basically that will cover all of that. We also got 2 new spells, apparently, which is Trap Dilution and then Blade Dilution. So these are pretty interesting spells. And again, it doesn't have any type of restriction symbol on it. So assuming that we would be able to use it, you know, in PvE, that would be really cool. So, you know, we'll just wait and see what happens with that. This is really becoming a pretty interesting update. They've been really passionate about it. So, you know, I'm excited about it. And then over here, Atmoplex does a report. Again, this is in the little Wizard101 Discord. A question that was asking about Test Realm on Tuesday next week. And then Artie says, I'll do what I can. Still no confirmation on Test Realm, but it is kind of getting slightly obvious that maybe potentially next week that we could potentially be getting a Test Realm. And then over here, Cam makes a tweet saying to check out these awesome content creators for some exclusive spell teasers this week. Also, don't forget to tune in to King's Isle live stream on Friday at 4:30 p.m. CST for another massive system, which is also pretty interesting as well. So, guys, this is pretty interesting. This is starting to become a really big update. I'm just hoping that, fingers crossed, everything works properly. This seems like a pretty big update. And remember, in our previous videos, we also talked about the whole magic weaving thing. I'll actually pull that up for you real quick. But we talked about magic weaving, which, if you don't know what magic weaving is basically kind of in the sense of dual schooling. You know, you can basically kind of just picking like a sub school. I think it will be pretty cool. I think not a lot of people will like it, but just remember that it is all completely optional. You're not forced to actually do it. But I think you might want to do it because it looks really interesting. And, of course, the rewards you get are pretty cool from jewels and spell cards and probably even more. So, it looks pretty cool, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Now, you unlock magic weaving as soon as you defeat Malistaire, which is basically level 50. So, once you're done Dragonspire, you can pretty much participate in magic weaving. And like I said, in a sense, it's basically just kind of like dual schooling. And it looks pretty cool. I mean, look, you got Energy Blade. That's one of the new spells that you get for, I guess, dual schooling Storm if you're a life. You know, it all looks pretty interesting. So make sure to check all of that out in their live stream, because they did a whole little short live stream about it. And they answered a bunch of questions and stuff like that. It was really cool. So, yeah. Pretty awesome stuff. Again, I'm really excited about this update. Still, keeping my expectations low, especially this year. This year, I feel like it's been a whole roller coaster of bugs and glitches, and I feel like the bugs and glitches are kind of like what prevents me from having fun in a lot of content. Lately, I've actually started pulling away from certain content in the game, such as raiding and, you know, taking focus in a guild, because I kind of gave up with raiding. I'm kind of tired of people dropping out, trying to get 11 people on time, blah, 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 you know. Someone leaves mid-raid, or they rage quit, and then you gotta find a replacement. You know, we already went through all that hassle, but I think it will be pretty cool. You know, I think this will be a pretty interesting update, but you know, we'll just wait and see how Test Realm go. Of course, Test Realm will always be buggy, but I'm sorry. That's Jen. I think that's Jen. We're just doing it. What you doing here, Jen? What are you doing here, Jen? That's Jen, by the way. That's one of the extra credit people. But yeah, anyway, it will be a very fun update. It should be really great, and I'm sure everybody's going to have a great time with it. And like I said, we'll see what happens. I think what I'm mainly kind of aiming on for this update is kind of like the functionality of this update. Basically the stability of this update. I can't even concentrate with you. Over here lurking, man. I saw the green name in the background too, and I was like, that's one of the extra credit program members. Like, I know that person. But it should be fun. We'll have fun. You know, we'll see what happens in the update. Hopefully not too many bugs and glitches on the launch. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think about those spell teasers, and make sure to give those Wizard101 WizTubers a subscribe and a like, and check it all out. And yeah, it should be fun. But until then, I'll see you guys later, and yeah, peace out. Might make a heal video like tomorrow, maybe, depending on what other news comes out. But it should be fun. We'll see what happens. But until then, though, I'll let you guys go, and yeah, peace out.